everyone, it's your co-host Royan, and I have the task and the privilege to introduce today's Positive Youth feature. Now, this person that we have was the most suggested person on our Instagram poll this week, and we have none other than Kedane O'Connor.
Hola, and a good afternoon to everyone watching right now.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So let's get straight into it. Yes. Tell us about Kedane. Who is Kedane, and what does he do?
All right. So Kedane is a diverse entertainer. You know, a lot of people see me as an MC, but I see myself as an entertainer. Eventually, at one point, I would like to break into the music industry. So I sing as well. I come from a musical family. You know, I used to drum back in my days. You know, I dance here and there. I'm a personal trainer. I do plenty. We don't go into that. You know, we ain't finish now.
All right. So, how do you juggle all of it? How is it? How is it weighing on you? How is it going? How do you manage?
I ain't gonna lie to you, that is a beautiful question that I sometimes just think about and not know. Like, so for me, I tend to take every task one step at a time.
Right.
So that because of the amount of things that I have to do, I don't think about, you know, some people might sit down and be like, "Wait, I had this to do."
Yeah.
I just focus on what is next.
Right.
I deal with that. And when I'm finished with that, I deal with what's next.
Yes.
So that's the best way of me just being able to juggle so many different things. I don't really think too much into it. I just do it.
Right.
Like
That's
Nike.
awesome.
Call me Nike. Just do it. Come on.
So with everything that you do and everything that you experience, how do you see yourself? Well, let me mention that you was the most suggested person this week. How do you intend on using everything that you do to inspire these young people that are obviously looking at you?
You know, that is a serious question, a deep question as well. I feel like I want youths to understand that there's more to life than just the ordinary things. For example, the lawyer, the doctors. Nothing is wrong with that. We need that. We need that. However, I feel like there is so much more. You know, don't limit yourself. There's endless possibilities out here.
Yes.
Who would have known that Kedane would have been an entertainer for today? Because back in school, people just saw me as a class clown. You know, that kind of way. So you never know where you could go. So be yourself, you know, and really enjoy the process. Take your time, take it one step at a time.
Yes.
You know, and grow. With everything that you do, you would find your niche, you would find your market. And I'm just grateful that I was able to find my market at a younger age. Because some people take years, some people take 10, 15 years. I always knew that one thing I wanted to do was make people happy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just wanted to make people enjoy themselves. Whether it is a party, whether it is whatever it is, whenever I am around, my aim is to always change the environment and not conform to the environment. I would like to create the atmosphere. So that has always been my modus operandi. To change the atmosphere, change the environment, bring a positive energy, make you smile a little bit, make you laugh, make you do some things that you probably shouldn't do. But anyway, the point is, once you enjoy yourself now, boy, having clean fun, you know, and to the youths out there again, whatever it is you want to do study. Or mommy might say, or daddy might say, or cousin might say, or your friend and they might say, they might laugh and say, what? You will play a game for the rest of your life? But it's have millions out here playing games, just by playing games. So you never know where you could go, you know? Whatever you want to do, attack it full 100.
Yeah.
Full 100.
Yeah, and I agree with that 1000%. Actually, the first time I saw Kedane, he was dancing. No, it was actually the strangest thing. I was walking by and he was literally just there dancing. Literally just there dancing. No music playing, but he was dancing. So tell me about that. What age did you find the passion for dance? Where your heart is? Yeah, tell me about it.
Boy, this story might be alright. So let me go into it. I go into it. So I've always looked at dance as a nice form of entertainment. Just something. It's something spiritual, right? To me, it's deeper than just moving your body, and you know, it's something deeper than that.
Yeah.
However, what happened was there was this one year in particular. I wanted to go to Carnival, right? I like the whining, you know, here and there, that kind of way. From the Caribbean, you like it a little bit. And I always wanted to go and experience the carnival. And I remember telling my dad, I said, Dad, look out from Bagatelle. That's Camp Friday.
Yeah.
I said, Dad, I want to go up and watch the mud mass pass, and just. I told him I want to be a part of it. But in his ears, he heard me say, I'm going up the road to watch them pass by, so he was expecting me to come back home. I put on my shoe and I think, and I put on my thing, and I go along the road dandy, I looking for it, that kind of way. And I am my objective is to wine as many people as possible. That was literally my goal, like to wine on everybody. When I checked the time, I said 12 o'clock. Madness. As a little boy, still in primary school.
What?
Yeah. I sprint straight home from Coast Guard base. I sprint straight home. When I reach home, door lock. The licks I get. But although there was a lesson in that, and the lesson for me was that it doesn't matter the obstacles or whatever might come your way.
Yes.
If it is you're really passionate about something, you really like something, go at it.
Yes.
The consequences mightn't be what it's supposed to be at first, but once it is, just stick to it. And I always had that passion. I always liked how it looked. I was always a fan of the movement and that kind of stuff. And I bounced up on Chappie.
Yeah.
I had him a couple weeks ago. Yes, I saw him. I bounced up on Chappie in the port all day. And I said, hey, I want to dance, boy. And Chappie said, boy, you could pass a shoe and come and see what you see. And I said, alright, cool. And I used to stand up outside the glass and just watch, and I practicing outside, and I said, alright, cool, alright. And one day Chappie just come out and say, one boy, you want to dance? I said, yeah, boy. And from that day, he gave me my chance to dance, and the name of
Chance to Dance.
So I literally went in there and I started dancing, and I stick to it, and I started to do my thing on my own and that kind of thing, and that was where that came from. That kind of way. I know I went the long route. But hopefully
we enjoy the story.
We enjoy the story.
Yes, for sure. What are some of the challenges that you face with doing so much? And
one challenge I think would be burnout. Because of the amount of things I'm doing, it's easy to get burnt out. It's easy to get tired. It's easy to get frustrated, flustered. However, they really say that crazy people need to be in the creative industry because you're a little bit crazy. And I have a crazy mind. The way my mind processes things, it's different. So I like the challenge. I like to challenge myself. I like to push my body to the limits. That is also one of the reasons why I played a lot of sports. I wouldn't say I was the best at a lot of them. However, the challenge was enough to give me motivation to continue doing it. So for me, in terms of if I have to flip it into entertainment, I feel like that challenge. I never like to say no. Even if it is I don't know how to do it, I would find a way. I would find a way in the chaos.
That's important.
That kind of way. Diamonds are made under pressure. That kind of way. So make yourself a diamond. Go into the pressured situations and come out victorious. Also, I live by the mantra which says, become comfortable with being uncomfortable. And that is all I try to do. I go into situations and I might be feeling uncomfortable. I might watch 100,000 people outside there, but I'm going to become comfortable in that uncomfortable situation. So that's how I attack each task. So that is what kind of helps me to overcome these challenges and stay focused on do what I need to do.
So before we wrap up, my final question, well, I know what people are gonna hear later on in the DJ Hype segment. That was a surprise, but tell us how you started doing MCing. We used to see on Instagram doing a little freestyles and stuff. So tell us how you got into announcing
So I always like words. I like to talk. I like to rhyme. That was always a part of me since high school. If I ask anybody in high school, went to high school with me, I always finding a way to twist words and make it rhyme or do something random and just make people laugh. And people always told me, you'll be good at this. I never really took it serious, but I had a really close, still my close friend, but he's just in America right now. Selector X. Kedane, big up yourself. I know you're probably shelling down some party right now, but big up yourself, right? So I started working with Kedane, Selector X, and we started doing little events. The first event we did was a wedding.
Okay.
Right? I don't tell plenty people this, so let's keep this a secret for the watching between me and all them. But we bossed that wedding day. When I said boss, I said it was horrible.
Oh.
Yeah, it was horrible. Like people was asking for the next DJ.
Oh God.
You know that kind of way. Like I just be doing like it was bad.
Oh.
It was bad because we thought we knew what we were doing.
Yeah.
You know that kind of way.
Yeah.
We had an idea, but we weren't experienced. You know, and in that was the first lesson. It looked like a loss, but it was actually a lesson. What she else? It's my losses is lessons. You know, that kind of way. So it was a lesson, and we sat and we spoke about it, and it was like, bro, we could work on this, we could work on that, and eventually we kept doing it. We stayed consistent, kept doing it to the point where I was talking to myself, like, you know, like I just really talked to myself.
Yeah.
Like MC to myself. You believe? Anyway, I feel like that was one of the things that kind of helped to grow the MC aspect of myself. Just talking to myself, having fun with myself. I just have fun with myself.
Right.
You leave me now, you make music, I go now.
Yeah.
You want to come back and sing what happened now?
Good talk. Thank you so much for coming, Kedane. It was a pleasure. We really enjoyed this interview. You had us, you know?
Yeah. Well, good thing you're using good toothpaste, eh? Good vibe.
All right, guys. This was your Positive Youth feature, and up next, we have the Positive Youth game. Andre is not here, so you know, we're representing Team Ryan, Team Kwa. We're coming back.